Welcome to Main Street Sports. I guess we're not going to get the music there. Anyway, I'm Cody, tonight joined by Colin and Levi. We got some breaking news, guys. Today's been a big day. Pete Alonso going to the Baltimore. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to start there. Sharon Moore gets fired after impregnating a staffer. So, thoughts? Colin, we can start with you.
Well, I guess having fun with co-eds is not allowed at the University of Michigan. Um, I mean,
Or
as
Michigan
long as
State.
yeah, or Michigan State for that matter. Um, so yeah, I mean, kind of came out of nowhere, and you kind of got to guess where Michigan turns to now.
Levi, what was your initial thoughts when everything broke?
Yeah, very surprised. I was listening to that Josh Pate before we came on here, and he said he knew most of the season that this was going to happen, that there was an investigation on him, all that stuff. Of course, he said he couldn't say anything, and so it come as a surprise to me, maybe not to others, but yeah, it's it's pretty late in the game. What are they going to do now?
What was interesting is probably about 3 weeks ago, Pate was on the Bussin' Wednesday show, and he kind of hinted at, well, Taylor, what are you guys going to do for a coach next year? And Taylor's just like, Sharon Moore ain't going nowhere. I don't think Taylor even knew what was going on at Michigan.
Right.
But um, obviously, the Michigan job's probably got to be one of the more prestigious jobs that when it comes open, everyone kind of wants. Who's your initial like thoughts of where they're gonna go? Levi, we can start with you.
Gosh. Oh man. I mean that Biff guy came. The Biff, what's his last name?
Poggi.
Poggi. He was the first guy that came to mind just because he's been an interim already, has a lot of experience. But I mean, gosh, I really don't know where they're going to go. Betting odds, early betting odds had Kalen DeBoer number one, which I don't know if he's actually looking to get Alabama out of Alabama or if everybody just wants him to leave Alabama. But his name seems to be at the top of every list lately. But
Yeah. Colin, where are you thinking they're heading?
I actually think you've kind of pegged this guy to go to some other jobs, and I maybe he does one out. Lincoln Riley.
Yep,
And then
that's
if
yep.
Lincoln Riley takes the Michigan job, then it creates another opening that you're not expecting, and I mean I think if you're Michigan, you gotta attack that if he's really looking to get out.
and there's been
Mm-hmm.
numerous reports. There was a report that he had his agent call Florida because he wanted the Florida job. And
Right.
I mean, he's the quarterback guru. Michigan's paying $9 million for their quarterback. That's where that was when I texted you guys. That was where my head was at. But um, he has established more of a run game recently. This past year, I would say.
Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a big one. And then all the Michigan fans, just that I've seen on Twitter, they all want John Gruden because he's tied to Michigan. I don't see
Yeah.
Gruden coming back to college.
I don't either.
That's
Yeah,
another
this.
name that just gets thrown every single job. John
Yeah,
Gruden. John Gruden. But
I
has he
yeah.
ever expressed interest?
I think another name you kind of got to be curious on. I don't think he's probably going to take a college job though, because I think he's probably a favorite to get an NFL job as Jesse Minter, who was the
yep.
defensive coordinator at
Mm-hmm.
Michigan when Harbaugh was there.
He followed Mentor to the
Yep.
Chargers, didn't he? Yeah.
Minter's the DC at the Chargers, and apparently is a favorite to get the New York Giants job.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I did
Yep.
see Mentor thrown around. There was one other name. I'm drawing a blank on it now. That's kind of been talked about. Wink Martindale,
Oh yeah,
the
who's
DC from Michigan.
the DC? Yeah,
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you take a swing at Lincoln Riley, and if you don't get him, you just go with Biff to be the interim. He's been a head coach in college football,
Yeah.
given that it was at Charlotte, and he's been pretty successful as their interim. So maybe you just
Mm-hmm.
ride it out with him for a year and
Yeah.
see where it goes.
The interesting, there's kind of been some talk now that Michigan might drop out of their bowl game against Texas.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
hope
that
not.
happening. Not with Biff there. He's been their interim coach. Nothing's going to change. They're going to move forward with a bowl game.
Yeah. And then
Yep.
that'll kind of lead us into 3 programs have said no to bowl games this year. Iowa State, Kansas State, both of them lost their coaches. They're going through coaching changes. And then we'll go to Levi for this, the Notre Dame guy.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the whole playoff situation, what
There's
are your
another
thoughts?
program there that you missed.
Who else?
Baylor opted out too.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang. Big 12, what are you doing? Levi, before we get into the playoff thing, what's your thoughts on Notre Dame saying no to the bowl game? Or to you, does it all tie back to the whole playoff situation?
I don't like it. I wish it appears that it was an emotional decision. Obviously, they should have probably. I kind of wonder what they're thinking now. They should have sat on it a couple days, let that sting kind of fade a little bit, and then make a decision. But to me, I get it in a sense that Notre Dame, they want to win a national title. So what's the
Yeah.
point of a bowl game? I get what they're feeling, but to their fans, and I would think a lot of those players, especially the younger guys, and the
Yeah.
guys thinking about the transfer portal, they want to put something on the field against a quality opponent.
I get. So say you play this. I get if Jeremiah Love decided he wasn't going to play. Or,
Sure.
The same thing we're dealing with at Nebraska with EJ not playing. Like, I understand. But what about the other, I think it was like 14 or 15 seniors of that, maybe 4 or 5 go pro. But what about the rest that are, this is it? This is our last game. Or the
Right.
guys that have to go into the portal because they don't have a spot. I mean, Notre Dame's bringing in a
Yep.
top 5 recruiting class. I think they have every NFL player's son coming in next year. But it's a weird dynamic, and obviously a lot of the
It
talk's
is.
been about it's basically a fuck you to ESPN because they don't want to play on
Right.
ESPN.
I think that's a lot of it. I think it's more of the we're a big brand, we're going to drive ratings, but what they don't realize is ESPN's just going to put another big brand in there, and it's the
Yeah.
Pop-Tart Bowl is still going to draw the same rating
I mean,
as
the
it would have
Pop-Tart
Yes.
Bowl, outside of like the major bowls in Nebraska, is the Pop-Tart Bowl the one that you watch just because of all the extra shit they do?
It's becoming that. Yeah, it's kind of becoming that fun bowl that everybody tunes in for. Outside of the football. So, yeah.
All right, now we get heated, boys. College football playoff. There's been a lot of opinions on this, so let's air it out. Miami gets in over Notre Dame after Notre Dame's been ahead of them the whole year. Are you more upset at the process of which they had Notre Dame ahead and acted like the first week didn't happen until the playoff committee's final decision? Or are you more upset about just Notre Dame not getting in altogether? Where I'll let Colin start because we know Levi's gonna have some opinions on this.
the optics of the whole situation look real bad when you've seen it coming. Though the Tuesday before the playoff selection, you've seen it coming when Alabama barely beats Auburn,
Yeah.
jumps Notre Dame, who beat the brakes off of Stanford. So, like, the committee set it up, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, Bama's gonna lose, so we gotta get them ahead of Notre Dame. BYU's gonna lose, so then it puts Notre Dame and Miami side by side, and then we can be like, oh, they need to flip because Miami beat Notre Dame head to head. I never understood the whole situation of other than I kind of I get that Miami beat Notre Dame head to head, but look at take away that game and compare the two teams. Notre Dame is
Yes.
the much better football team.
Yes.
Like, and that game was in week 1, and Notre Dame didn't know who they were at that point. They hadn't found an identity yet. CJ Carr's first start on the road. Like, throw that game out the window. Notre Dame should be in the playoffs. Like, Notre Dame, I think if Notre Dame was in the playoffs, a lot of people would be picking them to win the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, Levi, go ahead before I jump to the next question.
I agree with everything Colin just said there, and I think that's where a lot of the disappointment is coming from their side. Is not only did the playoff committee severely mislead them and everyone else. I mean, at one time there was 9 spots separating Notre Dame and Miami in the rankings, and in Miami won some more games since then. But if you truly thought that, you should have done that a little earlier. And then, just how the whole, like Colin said, basically holding Alabama's hand into the playoff. Like, we're going to get you in no matter what, is basically what they said there. And yeah, I can understand Notre Dame's frustration there. And you know, they control their own destiny too. They had a couple games there they could have won, but you know, not only the committee kind of stabbing them a little bit, but the ACC didn't help them either. Like, let's put Duke and Virginia in the game and not Miami. Whereas Miami wins that game, they're in. They don't have to worry about it. Takes away James Madison, I believe.
Yes.
So
it's just a clutch.
That's where I was going to go to next. Are you more upset with the way that conferences do their tiebreakers, or are you more upset with the G5s getting into the playoff?
Let's just point out this fact right here. The ACC is freaking stupid and how they do it.
Yes.
They are the only conference. If you look at every other conference tiebreaker, they are the only conference that Miami would not have made the national or made the conference championship game in.
Yeah.
If Miami was in the Big 10, they're in the conference championship. If they're in the Big 12, they're in the conference championship. If they're in the SEC, they're in the conference championship, because their tiebreaker, if all things are tied, is what? The highest ranked CFP team goes to the conference championship. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Miami's in.
Yep.
Yeah, and almost cost. I mean, they had to have the committee make almost cost them no teams in there, making the committee decide between them and Notre Dame. It's like it's baffling what they did.
And that's when I texted you guys. I think had Virginia won, they would have left Notre Dame in, because ACC would have had their representation.
I don't know if they would have, though, because the ACC was already doing their political campaign prior to that game for Miami to make it by like repeatedly replaying the Notre Dame Miami
24
game
hours straight playing the same game on ACC Network.
Right, like
and Notre Dame's AD kind of referenced that. He's like, you know, our relationship with the ACC is kind of tarnished right now. You're sitting there politicking against us, and it's just a bad look.
Yeah.
So,
and my other thing too is like if you compare resumes, right? Look at resumes. Notre Dame's 2 losses are to Texas A&M and Miami, both playoff teams. Alabama's losses are to Florida State, not in the playoff. Georgia, who's in the playoff. Oklahoma, who's in the playoff. Miami's losses are to SMU, not in the playoff, Louisville, not in the playoff. So, I mean, I don't know necessarily if, and the other thing that you got to look at is BYU was punished by playing in a conference championship game.
Yep.
And Alabama and playing in a conference championship game and losing, and Alabama was not.
Correct. And
Yeah.
that was kind of my first thought. Obviously, they're always going to look at wins before losses. But how can you judge Notre Dame on a week 1 loss to Miami, but not penalize Alabama on a week 1 loss to Florida State?
Correct.
I know Alabama's had a lot better win. Alabama has the best win in the country with the win over at Georgia. But
I don't know about that.
Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana's got a good win.
On a neutral
Couple
field.
of them, yeah.
What?
Yep.
On a neutral field, though.
Fuck you. What about Oregon? Indiana went to Oregon and won.
Yeah.
Convincingly, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to talk about it, Indiana's got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Now, I'll preface this with telling you I don't think Indiana's going to win the college football playoff, but
I think they're going to lose to Oregon. If they match up again, which they should.
Oregon's got to play them first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They got that Texas Tech team's scary, dude.
That defense is legit good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So before we jump into the playoff bracket in itself, what changes would you guys like to see made? Going to 16, going more, getting rid of G5, changing it to where if you do have G5, they have to be undefeated. There's any rules, where would you guys like to see change? Because did you see they did move back the 2026 playoff? Like if there's going to be changes, they moved the date from November 1st to January 23rd all of a sudden.
Really?
Because originally, if there was no changes made by November 1st, they couldn't do anything till 2027. Well, all of a sudden, it just got moved back to, well, you have till the January 23rd, 26 for any changes to next year's playoff.
Okay. First of all, I'd get rid of the group of 5. The group of 5 doesn't belong. Let's be real. Neither one of those 2 group of 5 teams are going to compete at all, and I think that's going to be their statement right there. I personally think that they need to go to 16 teams and get rid of the byes, because if you look at it right now, Texas Tech, Georgia, Indiana, and Ohio State are going to go damn near a month without playing a football game.
Hold on.
They're going to go
1 second, guys. Colin, did you just get the alert from Pete Thamel? Sharon Moore has been investigated for an alleged assault and is being taken into custody.
Well, but that was he had already been arrested earlier today.
He wasn't arrested.
Detained or whatever, but
yeah, he was just questioned. He wasn't actually arrested. He has now been arrested and taken into custody for an assault.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, there's
back to what you were saying.
There's a lot of rumors flying around out there about that.
Yeah. All right, back to what you were saying with the G5.
Anyways, kick the G5 out. Go to 16 teams. Put Vanderbilt in. Put Texas in. Put Utah in. Put Notre Dame in. Put BYU in. Put Michigan in for all I care. I don't know how many teams. But, then there is a month of non-football from December 7th or 6th, whatever that date is, to January 1st. those semi or quarterfinal teams that get the buys are not going to play
Well,
football. That's way too long.
and think about
and
this.
they
Sorry,
need
go ahead.
to speed up the playoff process.
Yes.
Like the playoff game should be happening this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should be started this weekend. You could have had the Heisman Trophy ceremony on Sunday night. Like these teams all got private jets now. Like
Yeah.
those guys could have been in New York on Sunday night and did the Heisman Trophy ceremony, play the CFP games this weekend, play the quarterfinal games next weekend, play the semifinal games the weekend after that, play the national the national championship should be on January 1st.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And if they refuse to move those games, like just make the Rose Bowl the national championship every year. Like if the Rose Bowl is so set on being on January 1st, okay, you're the national championship game every year. Whatever.
And
like I think that's kind of the clog there of why the playoff process doesn't speed up is because of the Rose Bowl wanting to play on January 1st. Or just tell them, okay, fine, you're not part of the playoff.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they're about to. That's with what's going on at UCLA. That's going to be the only thing happening at the Rose Bowl.
Right.
So
what's kind of losing their leverage there.
And who's to say that the Rose Bowl doesn't all of a sudden, if all this happens with UCLA, okay, we'll just move the Rose Bowl to SoFi.
Right.
No, there's a lot happening and a lot that's going to continue to happen. With that, do you think that conference championship games will go away?
No.
They won't, but they should. I mean, at least I think they should. And another thing to expand on the playoff changes. I'm not a believer in automatic qualifiers. I just don't like that. Like, sure, you won a conference championship. That's great. You're going to get more benefit of the doubt, but you're not guaranteed anything. And like Colin said, expanding to 16, I think you almost have to do that. But with where college football is going, more teams, parity is becoming prevalent in college football, and so expanding just makes a lot of sense. But
now, are you for the 5-11 model?
No, I'm for the best 16 teams. Get in.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, just make it simple.
Yep.
Yes.
So
make it simple. The best 16 teams in the country, you're in the playoffs.
All right.
Yep.
I don't care if 12 of them are from the SEC.
I do. But that's not against the model. That's just against the SEC.
Yeah.
No, it's going to change every year. Right now, the SEC is the hot topic because they got 5 teams in. Who's to say the Big Ten can't get 5 next year? You know, somebody's always going to be upset. Now, jumping into this year's bracket, what immediately jumps out to you guys with the 12 teams in general?
Like from just a potential matchup standpoint?
Yeah, just general before breaking into games. Like, what is it? The potential matchup of Oregon, Texas Tech, or what immediately? What are you looking forward to?
I think the bottom half of the bracket is significantly harder than the top.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree.
Now, last year, not a single quarterfinal team won. All first round teams won. Do you think that happens again?
They have an advantage. They're not as on a break. Like,
yep. Like you were just saying with
right.
Do you think it benefits a program like Ole Miss who's going through a coaching change?
No.
Mm, gosh.
The month off.
No.
Which I guess they're only, well, yeah, they're about a month because they weren't in the conference championship game.
Right.
Yeah. The only thing I could see is maybe maybe a little extra juice, a little extra motivation for him to go out there and prove something. But I mean, God, Lane is such a vital part of that team. It's hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
But there was rumors flying around all year that Charlie Weiss was actually calling the plays and Lane Kiffin wasn't anyways. And
Yeah.
Charlie Weiss is
Right.
back for the bowl game.
Yeah.
So
He spent
Yep.
all of
I mean,
about 20 minutes in Baton Rouge and went back to coach Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
He'll join LSU, but
right. I mean, basically was there long enough to say hi, hello, how are you? Where's my contract? Let me sign it, and I
give
need
me
to
some
get back
money
on
for
the
some
jet.
portal players.
Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
if you're Ole Miss, what are you doing in this situation? Yeah, you have your coaches back, but does it worry you at all that Charlie's not sitting there? Hey, when this is all said and done, come join us at LSU.
No,
Openly recruiting those guys.
your current head coach is there. So if that's going on, they would have kicked him out already.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean? Like Pete Golding's running a tight ship. You know, like if Charlie Weiss is sitting there recruiting guys, he would have said, "Get the hell out of here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least I would think.
Yeah. Where do you draw the line? Because it's like you owe it to these players that you've recruited, you've coached there all year to give it your all, and I think I would think that's what Weiss is just trying to do, trying to finish us the right way. But
All right, now that we got through, my most intriguing is that possibility of Oregon, Texas Tech. Let's get into some predictions. Where are you guys at on Alabama, Oklahoma?
that's at excuse me, at Oklahoma.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friday night.
Gosh dang. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Alabama though.
I'm gonna go with Bama too. It's a revenge game for Bama. Oklahoma beat them earlier in the year, and I just can't get out of my head how bad Oklahoma's offense has looked the last few weeks.
So bad.
Yes, they've been very streaky.
Now, Mateer's had a while here to get healthy, so that could help.
Yep.
And
you know they're gonna have a good defense, but
Venables is 2-0 against DeBoer.
Yep.
I think it's all going to come down to how healthy is Alabama. I mean, we've seen without Jam Miller, without Cuevas, their offense can't move the ball. We saw that in the Auburn
Ryan
game.
Williams. There's something wrong with Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams can be in the portal.
There's something going on there. Yeah. He's not. He hasn't been the same player lately.
Ever since that first game against Florida, 4 drops against Florida State, something like that.
Yeah. Had a couple against Georgia, so
I'm gonna go with Oklahoma, just because of Alabama's health, and I think Alabama's. Oh, but I think Oklahoma's mentally tougher than Alabama, and they're going to be more ready for this. Then we got Ole Miss, Tulane, or I guess the next one would be Oregon, JMU. All of us taking Oregon.
Yeah,
not even a question.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about James Madison, but you're running into a buzzsaw there.
I have JMU in our football pool, so I was happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
But Ole Miss, Tulane, another revenge game. Tulane beat them by 31 points earlier this year.
Yeah, it was like 45-17.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 45-17 or something like that.
But both teams losing their head coach, but Summerall is still with Tulane currently, but I don't think that really matters. So all of us on Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think the best game of the first round, Miami going to Texas A&M. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. I'm going with Miami.
I think you're nuts.
I do too. I'm thinking A&M.
I think A&M is gonna run a woodshed on them.
Yeah.
Miami
I do
is not that good. Miami is not that good.
But Texas A&M's defense isn't that good.
Yeah, well, Texas A&M's got Marcel Reed, Casey Conception, and Mario Craver. So
yeah, and Miami has a healthy Bain and Mesidor.
Yeah. And it's at Texas A&M. Like,
and here's the other thing: it's at 11 a.m. Look how bad these SEC teams have been at 11 a.m.
Sure.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does not affect my pick.
All right. So that takes us to the second round, and Indiana playing against the winner of Alabama and Oklahoma. Do you guys think it matters?
I do think it matters.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think Indiana wins that, or
I mean, I don't know that Indiana wins it either way. I just there's something about Indiana that I still like. I still do not believe in.
Is it that you can't stand their head coach?
Well, I can't stand Kirk Cignetti, but I don't. There's just something about them. Like, I've watched them like 3 or 4 times this year, and to me it just like it seems like in those games like everything has always went their way. Like in the Big Ten championship, like Ohio State doesn't kick a freaking field goal in the third quarter to tie the game, then shanks a extra point basically
Yes. Yeah.
to lose the game. Like, like at Iowa this year, they had to have a miracle missed tackle by Iowa to score a touchdown to win that game.
And
They
Iowa
had to
missed
have
a field goal.
Right. They had to have a miracle catch in the back of the end zone to beat Penn State. Like, the ball bounced their way every time it had a chance when they played Oregon. Like, I just at some point in time, the luck has to run out for Indiana.
Yeah, I agree. And then having the star D tackle go down in a freak deal is, I mean,
celebrating.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want that happening whether you have to go against OU or Bama. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Was it? Oh, Colin, was it Trevor Bauer who got hurt in the dog pile and couldn't pitch in Omaha when UCLA made it?
Yes.
I can't remember if it was Bauer or Garrett Cole. One of them got hurt in the super regional dog pile.
I'm pretty sure it was Bauer.
That's what I thought. Like,
but,
I mean,
so I will say this about the Indiana. I think Alabama has a better shot at beating Indiana than Oklahoma does because Oklahoma's offense sucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Indiana and Oklahoma play each other, that game might be like 10-7.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is about how all Oklahoma games have gone this year.
Right.
So the next game, and this is my favorite game of the playoff, Oregon versus Texas Tech. The power of Oregon offense against that shutdown D of Texas Tech.
How healthy is Oregon's offense going to be?
Everyone will be, well, I don't know about Evan Stewart, but DeCorian Moore is supposed to be back. Kenyon Sadiq supposed to be back. Dante Moore is supposed to be 100%.
I I don't like the matchup of Dante Moore versus Texas Tech's defense.
One thing is, I don't know if it was you, Levi, or Colin. Texas Tech's D tackle's done. That daily.
Yeah,
You sent that earlier today.
they still have Malcolm Rodriguez though,
Yeah.
and that other linebacker that's a freakazoid. They have two linebackers that are just
They were both on Heisman odds. Like,
right.
that
Yeah.
just doesn't happen.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So, and that I think that's supposed to be. Is that the Cotton Bowl? Is that where that game's at?
Yes.
So it'd be a home
believe so.
game essentially for Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, that's a tough one. I mean, God dang, I go back and forth. I'm gonna go with Oregon. I like Oregon's run game. I like their defense. I like their defensive ends, especially. And yeah, I'm just gonna ride with the Big Ten. But it wouldn't surprise. It wouldn't surprise me if Texas Tech wins that game. Though.
The one thing that I think Oregon has a slight advantage with in this game is I do not like Texas Tech's quarterback, and he can't stay healthy in a game. So like if Morton can't play and doesn't make it the whole game, like Oregon might run him off the field.
Yeah.
Defensively, like that
Yep.
could be the difference is Oregon's defense scores.
Yeah. Who has the better set of DNs in this game? Oregon or Texas Tech? Because both of those DNs on both teams are crazy good.
Yeah, but
They're good.
Teote hasn't showed up when it matters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to watch him play
do
right in front of us in high school.
Like he didn't do anything against Indiana the first time they played.
No.
Right. That's
He
true. Yeah, it kind of shows flashes, but
So that's. Do you put anything towards playing a Big Ten schedule versus playing a Big 12 schedule?
Yes, because the Big Ten, the Big 12 is normally. Kale kind of called me out the other night because I was talking about how good Texas Tech's defense is, and I'm like a notorious Big 12 defense hater because nobody in that conference plays defense.
Yeah.
But it's been like the exact opposite this year. Like a lot of defenses in the Big 12 have been really good, and that might be a result because the offenses in that league are buns outside of Utah and Cincinnati and Texas Tech sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah. The Texas Tech, all 12 of their wins have been by double digits.
Yeah.
Like that's
I think people want to talk about like all these like Indiana and their portal and all this. Dude, Texas Tech shelled out a lot of money in the portal. Like that's a good football team.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like they paid for their wins and they're getting return on their investment.
Yep.
Can we not like? Why can we not strike oil in Nebraska? I mean, we need an oil guy. I mean, who cares that we have the third richest person in the world, but he doesn't donate any money?
I was gonna say we have a guy right down the road that gives us our university like zero money to the athletics. He might give it to the academics, but
yeah,
he probably gives
he's
it to
got
the college.
17
he probably gives money to the
hospitals
college
named
that
after him.
was right.
Well, his son's taking over on January 1st, so maybe his son will give money to the university.
Right? Does his son love Huskers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ole Miss taking on Georgia in a rematch.
Oof.
I personally think Georgia right now looks like the best team in the country.
Yeah, I agree. To me, Georgia looks looks to be the best team in the country. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
So I'm going Georgia.
Yeah, I think Georgia takes them
Same.
to the woodshed.
Mm-hmm.
So then that leaves the last game, which would be Ohio State. We'll just go with Texas A&M,
Sure.
and that would be such a fun matchup with the defense of Ohio State and the offense of A&M.
I don't think so.
And Ohio
Like,
State kills them.
yeah, I, I, I think that I personally think whoever wins the Georgia Ohio State semifinal game is going to win the national championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll just go right to that game. Georgia, Ohio State.
This is an intriguing matchup to me. This is a matchup that like Georgia's defense is good, but not as good as it's been in years past. Ohio State's offense is good, but their quarterback play isn't great.
Yep.
So
They don't really have a run
I,
game.
I think this game, Ohio State Georgia, actually comes down to which quarterback makes the mistake.
Yeah.
Is it Stockton or is it Sayin that messes up? Like that's the key is whose quarterback plays better in the game.
Yep.
And
I agree because they're going to be under.
Right. And I'm going to lean in the way of like two elite defensive coordinators, but one has done it at a way significant higher level, and that's Matt Patricia. And I think so. I think Ohio State. I think Patricia will disguise something to force Stockton into a turnover that's going to affect the game.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we've seen is Gunnar Stockton's good, but when Gunnar Stockton is bad, it's really bad.
Right.
So
right. And he's gonna have number 92 bearing down on him all game. And that guy is a mean mother.
Yeah. And they have it at all three levels.
Oh, yeah, like Ohio State's linebackers are like as much as we talked up Texas Tech's linebackers, Ohio State's might be better.
Yeah.
That Reese dude is out
Marcel
there.
Reese
Like,
and Sonny
yeah,
Styles.
Marcel Reese. Well, Marcel Reese is like 250 pounds and will put his hand in the dirt. And the next thing you know, he's running in coverage with a wide receiver. Like, dude's a freak.
Well, Klatt thinks he's going to be the number 1 draft pick.
I would take him number 1.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, so, they have 2 of those guys on that side.
Yeah. And then on top of it, you have a generational safety in Caleb Downs.
Exactly.
Wasn't all 3 of Ohio State's linebackers the first team Big Ten linebackers? I got to look this up. I'm pretty sure all 3 linebackers from Ohio State were first team.
I know Styles and Marcel Reed. Jesus. Yes, I know 2 for sure were.
Mm-hmm.
There's not another one that's coming to mind that really sticks out at linebacker, so I'm going to agree with you. To fill this up, the top half is completely wild, and I think we've all 3 been different. So, who are you just outside the match? Who are you taking to come out of the top half? Levi.
The top half. God, this is a tough one. Gut reaction. I'm taking Oregon. I don't know why. I just feel good about them coming into this playoff. I really do, and and I kind of like if it does happen to be Oregon, Indiana in the semis. It's tough to beat a team twice, and it's I like Oregon for some reason in this tournament.
My pick, since I texted this to you guys in the group too, I think it's going to be Oregon, Georgia in the final. So I'm going to take Oregon out of that top in the Dan Lanning Bowl.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
But for my hate of the SEC, I really hope it's Oregon, Ohio State.
Yes. Yep, that would kind of put a lot of people in the South in a pickle because they've been beating their chest all year that they're the best conference.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Yeah, that would be great. I do think it's going to be a Big Ten team that ultimately wins it, but and three great teams to do it.
What were you saying, Colin?
Which I'm like I hate Oregon. I never want them to win anything, but whoever wins the Oregon Texas Tech game, I think makes the final.
Yeah.
I selfishly hope Oregon makes or does beat Texas Tech though, because then it's an Oregon Indiana game, and then I think Ohio State plays the winner of that in the national championship, and then
For an
it
all Big Ten.
secures a third straight Big Ten national title.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then the SEC can go pound sand.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all right. So we have our championships laid out, and obviously we're gonna do a lot more podcasts before then. A couple other notes that have happened. Tennessee named Jim Knowles their defensive coordinator today. So he was not retained
Did
by.
they make it official?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
I missed that they made it official.
Matt Campbell did not choose to retain him. I guess we haven't talked since this. What are you guys' thoughts on Matt
No.
Campbell to Penn State?
I mean, for the situation they were in, that's a good hire. It's just I just don't know. Is it? When I first heard it, it's like, okay, yeah, Matt Campbell's very well respected, great coach, all that. But is it an upgrade from James Franklin? I mean, I don't know. What?
And Colin, when we first had you on, you brought up a valid point. Are we past Matt Campbell's peak?
Yeah, like what interests me about this is out of all the jobs or supposed interest or whatever that teams have shown in Matt Campbell through the years, like this is the job you left Iowa State for?
And he had NFL opportunities.
Right. Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think Penn State's that great of a job. So,
yeah, it's who's a bigger cult, Penn State or Texas A&M?
Oh,
both of their fan bases, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's wild.
So, it's wild. And then
if you're a Penn State fan, you got to be thinking we were a game away from playing for the national title, and now we're bringing in this guy. I mean, I don't know. Is anybody expecting Matt Campbell to just take Penn's top 5 right away and just kill it? I mean, I feel like there's going to be some growing pains the way he likes to do things.
Well, and how many guys are going to follow Franklin in the portal?
Right.
yeah.
And
how many guys follow Matt Campbell?
Right.
I think is his number one recruit Rocco Becht.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the whole timing of the hire was weird. Like, I don't know. Like, you kind of threw a fit about Kleinman from K-State announcing his retirement
Yeah,
on the
on
day of
signing
National
day.
Signing Day. Like, well, Matt Campbell did the same thing. Like, he signed a class and then left a day or
Yeah.
two later for Penn State. Like, if and maybe things didn't come into fruition, but if you're Matt Campbell, like, why don't you go take that Penn State job on Monday and then
Yeah.
try to go get those guys that you're going to sign on Wednesday and be like, hey, follow me to Penn State, you know, like.
Why? Because half
Mhm.
of his fucking recruiting classes from the 402.
Well, hey, there's a 308 boy there.
There is.
Oh yeah.
What's wild?
But
Doesn't Texas Tech have a kid from Stanton,
yes,
an
redshirt
offensive
freshman.
lineman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
redshirt freshman.
That's stand up Stanton, Nebraska. The other
Oregon's got 2 kids from Nebraska.
yeah.
Yep. On the defensive
Kind
side.
of.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Tuioti.
Tuioti
He had a cup
claims
of coffee.
Oregon,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he played 3
True.
seasons in Lincoln.
Yeah. Got
So
to see him play.
Avil Reese and Sonny Styles were the only 2 linebackers
Okay.
from Ohio
Who
State,
was
but
the
they
third?
had. I haven't found it yet, but I was thinking of that Caden Curry, that edge,
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
and then Caden McDonald, defensive tackle, and then they had 2 first-team defensive backs.
Well, Caleb Downs.
Yeah,
Wow.
Caleb Downs and Davison Igabazianson or whatever the hell his name is.
Bless you.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a lot of defense, but they got to figure out how to move the ball. I think that's one of
Yes.
probably been the most disappointing thing about Ohio State is their lack of a run game this year.
It's been better towards the back half
Lately,
of the
yeah.
season. Bo Jackson reincarnated.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trying to think if there's been any other coaching hires in the past week that we haven't hit. Cal.
Yeah, whoever the dude was that got the Tulane job that none of us even knew he existed.
Oh yes,
What
the
was
passing
that
game
guy's name?
coordinator.
Yeah, what was that guy's name?
Oh, you'll have to go back in the group chat. That was weird. Do you have any worry of Notre Dame coach going to Michigan?
No.
No,
I actually think I've came to this conclusion since we started this podcast. With the whole shit that went down with John Harbaugh and him leaving the sign stealing scandal, and now this, like, back to back, like, Michigan maybe becomes a less attractive job.
Yeah.
right. They've got some problems there. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think Freeman leaves for anywhere. Ohio State, maybe.
NFL.
No, I
don't
don't think he
know.
wants to coach in the NFL.
Yeah. I think he's had his chances, and
So only place. Well, Ohio State's future head coach just took his first coaching job. So
Heartline
Yeah.
getting the Kentucky
oh
job.
yeah.
No, Florida Atlantic, wasn't it?
Or
South Florida.
yeah, South Florida. Will
Yeah,
Stein got the
It's
Kentucky
Will
job.
Stein's at Kentucky. Taj Lapoy to Cal.
Mhm. Yep.
Trying to
Jimmy
think,
Rogers to Iowa State.
Yep. Washington State might as well just drop their program.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rogers is going to be interesting.
What's interesting? Okay, so I think there's 2 kids on that signed with Iowa State that were committed to Jimmy Rogers at Washington State and decommitted and went to Iowa State.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
What a
I
predicament.
think, Bryson Williams and the one DB from Millard South, I think were both committed to Washington State, decommitted, and went to Iowa State. And now Jimmy Rogers is their head coach.
Yeah. I forgot about Bryson Williams. Does his brother get in the portal and go to Iowa State now?
Maybe.
That'd be a heck of a return specialist. And they are all of a sudden out of the college football FCS playoff. They get up. North Dakota State gets upset.
Yeah.
Well, the last topic I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about before we head out is the schedule and what changes you would like to see. What changes you would like to see with signing day, the transfer portal, where it's at. What changes would you guys like to see?
I think you like everything needs to be accelerated a week. So instead of week 0 games, that's week 1. Conference championship games move up. The start of the playoff moves up. And like I said, the national championship should be on January 1st. The portal opens January 2nd. That's when or you open the portal January 7th and no coaches can leave until January 2nd to take new jobs.
Okay. What about signing day?
And do it in freaking February.
That's
Like,
Yes.
that's my
Get rid of
Go
this
back
December.
to February.
Yes. Nobody cares about the December signing day anymore.
right. I get the December signing day because the reason why they do it is because of early enrollees.
Sure.
News flash. When the signing day was in February, there were still freaking early enrollees.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. I mean, it just wasn't as a like there wasn't so many kids that were early enrollees. Or the other thing that you could do is signing day in February, and the portal opens May 1st.
That's the one. That's where I lean. Because and Matt Rule's hit on it a lot. Follow the academic calendar.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Make it then. So the hard part with that is you go through all of spring practice and then lose guys. So then you're having to recalibrate a new team from the portal in the summer and you don't know what you really got.
Right.
But if you change it to then, I think you see a lot of these coaching changes. You're not firing a coach in week 6. And I don't know, I like it for the simple fact too that maybe you're a freshman, you chose to go to Kansas State, you've been there 6 months, you don't like it, leave.
Right.
It's not having to wait a whole year now.
Right.
And lose a year of your eligibility.
Yeah. Yeah, personally, I hate the entire system, but it's not going away. Unfortunately, it's just they're going to keep tweaking it, and hopefully they keep tweaking it for the better. But yeah, it's just
as long as money's involved, it'll never be perfect.
No,
right,
no.
All right, we are sitting at an hour. Is there any pressing topics you guys want to debate?
Yeah, Nebraska just won their first Big Ten basketball game by 30 points.
Nice. Following up a 20-point win over their in-state rival.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It might be a basketball.
Nebraska basketball.
That's right.
Maybe for real.
Nebraska
yes.
basketball, boys and girls, yet to lose a game.
Yes.
Hey,
there's an example. There's an example of sticking with a coach. I mean,
Yes.
Hoiberg was not only one of the worst coaches in the Big Ten, but the country there for a while. Terrible record. Stuck with him. He kept making changes. He's got her rolling.
Speaking of coaching changes, like Matt Rule has made some good ones. The hiring
I think
Jeep
there's one
Wade.
name that
Yeah.
there's one name I think we're all waiting on, and it would be a grand fucking slam.
Elijah Robinson.
Elijah Robinson. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is
What's
go
that?
ahead, Levi.
Oh no, I was just saying. Yeah. It sounds like us and what's about 5 or 6 other
LSU.
schools pushing hard on him. Yeah. Penn State, I've heard. So yeah, it's going to be a dogfight to get him for sure.
So interestingly enough, Sean Callahan kind of laid in the weeds today in a Husker Online chat group that they do every Wednesday. He's like, well, after January 1st, Nebraska is going to have a lot of coaching salary money freed up in lieu of we're paying Marcus Satterfield $1.4 million to pay or to coach tight ends right now. So basically, Matt Rule is going to have $1.4 million to hire a defensive line coach and a tight end coach.
Yeah. What was old boy's name from Ohio State? The D-line coach.
Larry Johnson.
Johnson?
Is he still at Ohio State, or what's he doing?
Probably coaching Ohio State's defensive line.
I don't know if he was still there or not.
Let me Google it.
Okay, Kurt Signetti. Google me. I always thought it was so interesting because you had him, because he was at Penn State before Ohio State, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah, because you had him and you had Larry Johnson, the running back at Penn State. My dumbass thought it was the same person that just went to be D-line coach.
Larry Johnson is defensive line and associate head coach for Ohio State football.
Yeah, he ain't leaving.
Yep. No, he's probably their best recruiter. I mean, outside of Heartline, but
yeah,
dude, homeboy is 73 years old.
Oh no shit!
Jeez.
You remember when Angus McClure was like the hottest name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he just completely fell off.
Well, yeah. What's that dude up to these days?
Last I knew, he was at Nevada. Hey, Bill Callahan doesn't have a job right now.
Hey, there you go. We'll just keep stacking O-line coaches. They got South Carolina's.
Yeah.
Got Jeep.
Coming in. Yeah, Jeep's coming in to do the work, and Larry Tinsel or whatever the hell his name is.
He's supposed to be a fabulous recruiter.
Yeah, he's going to bring the hogs, and Jeep's going to coach them up.
Yeah, well, he looks like a hog. He's a big boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the thinking there, though. Like, it makes a lot of sense.
Is Nebraska turning into the Saban School of Rehabilitation?
No.
We gotta.
We haven't had any coordinators. We fire our coordinators, not send them on to different jobs.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Because
we brought a D-line coach in from the NFL and sent him packing after 9 months. He didn't even make it here a year.
Yeah.
He didn't show up. He didn't show up in Nebraska until February.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was here for 11 months. We said, get the hell out of here.
We got Tony White and Porkchop new jobs that they'll be looking for jobs next year.
No, well, according to Kale, Tony White was going to interview for Nebraska's defensive coordinator job. And then about 20 minutes later, we announced our defensive coordinator.
That was the funniest part, Kale. I heard that Tony White's in town interviewing. then you send that text about Nebraska's hired a new DC. What's you guys' thoughts on this new D coordinator? From South Dakota.
Young buck, full of energy. No, he's from Michigan. He coached at South
That's
Dakota.
right. He coached at South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Yep.
he recruit?
Yep. Made his way up.
Did he recruit Mac?
That I don't know. I know he coached Andrew Marshall for a year at
Okay.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Because I know.
yeah, it just sounds like a smart guy that's just worked his way up through the ranks, and when he's been in control, it's an immediate change for the better. So
Yeah. And then I think that's all I got for this week. Kale, maybe join us next week. I don't know. Talk more.
yeah.
Talk more next week when we have.
And if you haven't
What's
heard, our new defensive coordinator likes to drink beer and fight cops. So
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
my
awesome.
kind of dude.
Yep.
Heck yes.
All right, boys. Well, that'll wrap us up here, and we'll see what happens at Michigan.
All right.
Good
Go
night.
Blue.